I accidentally saved the rich lady. Kim was kidnapped. The richest man in the city. In return, I made two choices. The first option is to give me a small target, worth 1 billion yuan. The second option is to marry his little niece. I didn't hesitate to choose 1 billion. Then I booked a plane ticket abroad. Start the journey, pursue the life I want. Just because I came back from a previous life. After saving their young lady, Snow Child, from the kidnapping, I work 4 jobs at the same time. To feed her with all my heart. To grow up to be a noble lady. But after being found, she gave orders to everyone. Don't talk about that humiliating past. My father felt grateful to my family. Ask me what I want. At that time, I naively said that I wanted to marry the Snow Child. I want to take care of her all my life. But I didn't know that, since the day they returned to their homes, she fell in love with Prince Kim. Jiang Ban. After marriage, she was cold to me to the extreme. It doesn't even allow me to have any intimacy. To one day, she's pregnant to avoid the reputation of being an adulterer. At the same time, may the name itself be with the one you love. The snow itself pushed me down from above. Before she died, she looked at me with disgust, saying my first choice is forever a death. And the backup option could be any AI. Thank you for being such a humble person like me, who deserves to be a husband. Open your eyes. I went back to the moment the old man asked me what I wanted. This time I dismissed all illusory thoughts. Book a flight out of Tokyo in a week. Then I calmly told the old man, I want some money and leave. Looking for your own life. The old man often frowned, his eyes full of wonder. All of you, everyone knows how much I love snow. Everyone thought I would definitely use my grace to save lives, to force her to marry me. I actually did that in my previous life. In exchange for cold, contempt, and a miserable ending. The feeling of being crushed when falling from above. It's still clear in my memory. Even the eyes full of freedom of Jin Zunai. When you push me down, it's also clear in front of you. To live a life again. I don't want to keep driving. I took a deep breath and smiled at the old man. Snow Child and I are as different as heaven and earth. She deserves better things. I also want to pursue my life. I hope you are full. Don't tell her about this. I'm leaving. She's taken over a very busy company right now. I don't want her to be distracted by this. Leaving their old house when it was getting dark. I opened the car door and the phone in my pocket rang. Let's see if it turns out that the snow is calling. Previous life at this time. She and Jiang Zemin confessed their feelings to each other. But I used my grace to save his life. Force her to marry me. After marriage, you are in happiness. I didn't know anything until I caught her and her husband kissing, passionate. Then I understood that in her heart. Soon there was someone else. Thought back to reality. I pressed the call button. But I can't say. Key aside wire end, there was the angry cry of Chin's Wei. Dance. Where are you going? You can't send the documents. Take a look. How long has it been? It's a small thing that can't be done. Do you have any effect? She yelled at me. I remember Ra. I'm on my way to bring her a document. I took a calm breath and forgot. If it was before that, I'm going to bend my back. Sorry. And rush to bring it. But now I'm tired and I don't want to do that anymore. The snow was silent for a long time. As if I didn't have time to react. After a while, she was cold. It's a pig's mind, let's make it. I'll be right back. When you're done saying that, the snow didn't give me a chance to speak. She immediately hung up the machine. I stared at the phone screen that had just been disconnected. I can't help but feel a pang in my heart. Tears don't stop coming out of the corner of the eye. A second later, I quickly open the app. Book a ticket and buy a plane ticket abroad. Departure after a week. 5 years ago, I lived in a small town. I accidentally saved the snow. He was kidnapped and fell off a cliff. She was seriously injured. Forget everything and everyone around you. I spent all the money I had to save my life. After reporting to the police, they said they couldn't find any information related to her identity and told me to take care of her temporarily. I took care of the snow for 5 years. After a full recovery, she showed a completely different appearance. Not only smart, but also have a beauty. To surprise others. The villagers used to play with me. Said that dozens of dancers, you did find a wife to go home to. I'm clumsy, I don't know how to argue. But in my heart I feel joy. It's an orphan. No. Mom and Dad grew up on the neighbor's rice. Of the snow. It's changed my life ever since. I'm getting used to having her by my side. So I dropped out of school. We do 4 jobs a day too. Snow can go to school, dress well and live a full life. For 5 years, I turned her into a lady. Loved by everyone. The snow doesn't hurt me. She studied very well and treated me very well. She works hard because she loves me. Use the money you earn to buy it for me. The clothes that I dare not buy. On cold winter days, she comes to my office every day to pick me up. The days we shared were sweet, lasting 5 years, until her family finds her. Only then did I understand, because the police before Kia, I can't find information about her. Turns out she's a Venus. Honorable lady of the Kim dynasty. He was very well protected by his family from a young age. Don't reveal your identity to anyone. Immediately fell out of the small district. Snowchild holds my hand, softly said. Come with me from now on, so I can take care of you. But when you opened the door, weak lights in the living room, it made me wake up from my memory. Zaya Yi wears a black dress that is handmade. Looks very expensive. Her face was full of gloom sitting on the couch. Hear me open the door. She slowly turned her head back, her voice cold as ice. Where did you go? Don't tell me to be good at home. I stared at her for a long time without saying anything. Just turn on the light and answer. You have something to ask me. I have to go home for a trip. When I finished, I walked into the kitchen. Put on your apron and start cooking. Snowchild sees my cold attitude. He immediately rushed into the kitchen screaming. You want to mess up? What kind of attitude are you using to talk to me? I don't remember when her voice started. When you talk to me, always carry spikes. In a previous life, I thought she was busy. Taking over the company should be easy. But now I know that when I'm no longer in love, people don't have to be polite. A silent sadness rises in my heart. Take a deep breath. Put the knife down and look at her. What attitude do you want me to adopt? To talk to you? New snow children. I don't owe you anything. I hear that. Her hands are hanging out, clenched so tightly that it made a grating sound. She rolled her eyes at me. Her cool red eyes laughed coldly. You don't owe me a dance. Without me, I thought I could be in a good house like this. Driving such a good car, so. Don't forget I'm just an orphan. Come out from the small town. The more familiar you are, the better you know where the pain is. Her words are like a knife. My heart is broken, but I still have to try. Don't let the tears fall. A long time later, it seems like she recognized what she just said. Eyes softened. She was about to open her mouth when her phone rang. Just pulled out the phone. I saw on the screen 2 words on the bar. Compared to the angry tone when talking to me, her voice when she spoke to him, so tender that it's scary. Please don't worry. I'll be right there to pick you up. You're sitting quietly in the car. Don't move. The snowman hurried out of the kitchen. Don't even look at me once. The door is closed. I fell down and sat on the cold floor. The tears can no longer be controlled. Quietly falling down, I choked. Tightened the skirt on the left side of my chest. Sad to ask the snow. Every time you say those 2 words, do you think of me or him? The snow didn't come home that night. The next morning I saw on Hot Pictures. She was hugged by Jiang Zemin and walked into the villa. Everyone says that Lady Jin of the Kim dynasty. Children's snow frequency, and you're about to become a couple. A pair of birthdays. We finally got together, right? They are from the same world. I am in the eyes of the snow. He's just a stranger. It just happened to save her life. In just 3 days, I've prepared the paperwork to go abroad. They even spent a lot of money to contact a school. Plan to spend a few years abroad to study. Snow is right without her. I'll never have a life like this. So there's really no AI debt between us. Since coming to Tokyo, he has treated me quite well. Before he left, he gave me a large sum of money. I thought we would never see each other again. I decided to buy him a small gift. Walk into a Thai shop as soon as you push the door. I saw that the snow is helping Jiang Fan from trying. Thai. She carefully softened her radiant smile. The eyes of both of them looked at each other, full of hidden meaning difficult to say in words. This is when the snow sees me. The smile on her face immediately disappeared. Instead, it's cold. She frowned displeased. Walk in front of me with a loud voice. Are you following me? I stopped to explain. But the young Jiang spoke first. He gently grasped the snow child's hand. Smiling politely, but sarcastically. This must be Mr. You saved the snow. To see that scene, I can't keep my cool. It's a little harsh, it's me. I just finished the snow. Dance. Pay attention to your voice. I looked at her and laughed, and I said, what's wrong? See the situation tense. The young man stepped forward to reconciliation. He gently pulled the flap of Chin Zui's shirt. Smile softly. Okay, Snowboy. Why should I be angry at someone as inferior as him? When he finished, he turned to look at me. His eyes despised Mr. I live in their house for a few days. It makes me forget my identity. Don't forget if you didn't ask me to save Snow Child. You have no right to stand here. Talk to me. Everyone thinks that. The snow is my luck. Even she thinks so. Thinking of this, I lowered my head and laughed coldly for an hour. Calm tone. If you can do it again, I'd rather I never saved her. New snow dance children shouted. Her eyes like they want to eat me alive. Grinding teeth, she said you have the guts to say it again. I raised my head to look at her. The tears clouded my vision. Snooze the snow if possible. I'd rather never save you. She didn't say anything this time. Just stood there looking at me for a very long time. angrily leave. The young Jiang saw that and rushed to chase. As you walked past me, he stopped. He looked at me with a smile. Yeah, there's good news. I think I should share it with Mr. New Snow Baby is pregnant. Just 5 short words, but it's freezing my blood. This was in my previous life a few years later. I can't believe this life happened so soon. See my stupid expression. The young man curled his lips with a satisfied smile and left. The night before I left suddenly, Snow Child actively called me. She said she had something she wanted to make clear to me. I guess she's pregnant. Or that she and Jiang are getting married. But whatever it is, it doesn't matter to me anymore. When the Snow Child came looking for me, her eyes immediately stopped on the VA Li. It's neatly arranged by the entrance. She paused a little puzzled, asking where you were going. I calmly glanced at the VA Li. Lied to her for the first time. I asked if you remember the translation. You used to live next to us. He was sick and said he wanted to see me. So I went back to visit him. So when to go to New Snow Children rushed to ask again. I paused for a moment, reflex continued to lie. Tomorrow night. So she nods and goes on talking to herself. The previous chapter was also very good for me. I'll come back with you tomorrow night to visit him. I didn't answer. Both are silent. The atmosphere becomes strangely heavy to the point of discomfort. In the end, Snow is the one who breaks the silence. She hesitated to look at me a few times. Take out of your pocket a small velvet box. When the box is opened, a big sparkling diamond ring appeared before my eyes. My heart is silent for a beat. I can't help but feel a pang. I wonder, is this her engagement token? And Jiang Zemin not. Beautiful not Tantuat Ni asked in a soft voice. I turned my head and looked at her, and I said. She was silent for a moment, her eyes seemed a little hopeful. Then New Snow Children sighed and danced. This time I'm too hot. Said a lot of words that hurt me. But I really didn't mean to. I smile pale. I think at least she knows I'm sorry. Before we broke up. That's the last bit of face. She's for me. Why did it all go away? I replied. I heard that Snow Child's eyes lit up. Suddenly holding my hand. Are you really not mad at me anymore? I don't understand why she's suddenly like this. I was about to say something when the phone in my pocket rang. I put her hand out. Take out the phone. It's a message from a real estate agent I contacted. Thank you, the rental arrangement has been completed. When you land, the host will contact you. I turned off the screen and looked back at the snow. This is really the last goodbye. Take a deep breath. I rarely give her an honest smile. I'm not mad at you. Hearing that, New Snow Children breathed a sigh of relief. Hold my hand again. But this time I unconsciously took a step back. That little act didn't get through her eyes. Her smile stiffened. His eyes were a little confused. Thank God you really don't to blame me. Actually, I've got a lot to tell you. The snow is waiting for me to come back. I interrupted her. Feeling so tired that you don't want to last any longer. She opened her mouth to say something, but in the end just nods. We have a lot of time. It's not too late to see the translation. I was tired and wanted to go to bed and let her go. As she walks out the door, take a few steps and look at me. To the door she put the ring in my hand. Please help me first. I'll pick you up tomorrow morning. Let's go back to the translation. I just smiled and said nothing. When the door is closed, I didn't hesitate to throw the ring in the trash. Then I pull the VA Lee, hold the car keys, leave the house and run straight to the airport. This time it's really over. 5 hours later, the plane landed in Tokyo. Just walked out of the airport. From a distance I saw a beautiful woman, leaning against the black Bentley. She smiled softly, her eyes fixed on me. The Iceman also saw me. She waved her hand at me. Then we'll walk closer. I haven't seen the dance in a long time, and I'm smiling. It's rare for a big director to pick me up in person. The Ice did not rush to answer. That took the VA in my hand. He took me to the car and said, "Everyone is waiting for you. AI is also looking forward to meeting the talented screenwriter as famous as you." 5 years ago, I flew to the United States to study after leaving Kin's show. I happened to come into contact with the screenwriting industry, and immediately infatuation cannot end. From someone who knows absolutely nothing, I learned how to write good scripts. And then you're on the path to professional screenwriting. In just 5 years, I've built a foothold on my own. Many people are curious, want to know how a sideways play like me to have such success. I have a project this time. Pretty Big IP contacted me and wanted to cooperate. Think about help that she had for me when I was abroad. I didn't think much and agreed to go back. On my way to the welcome party, look at the city, is slowly stepping back through the car window. I can't help but feel. I thought I'd never come back to this place. But in the end, I walked back. How long do you plan to stay this time? The Ice asked me. I didn't think much, honestly. I'll go when your movie is done. The weather in the city was pretty good. I'm going there to get inspired. The Iceman nodded as if he understood. They both said nothing more. Soon we arrived at the place where the party was held. Let's go upstairs together. When the door is opened, I see people in the industry waiting. But what surprised me the most? It's the appearance of the snow. The person I thought I'd never see again. Let me introduce Thu, who's a famous screenwriter. The Chinese name is Dance. The ice just dropped. The room was filled with applause. Some people can't help whispering to each other. I can't believe such a famous writer. You're so young. If you don't know in advance, I thought this was just a boy. Not yet mature. Don't say that. People's abilities have been recognized throughout the industry. I heard that the Iceman smiled and continued. I heard that the director spent a lot of effort. Just invited him back. I see the relationship between them is not simple. That kind of talk doesn't affect me. I took my eyes off the snowman, calmly smiling at everyone. People keep calling me barbecue. Looking forward to more cooperation later. When I finished, the Ice invited me to sit down. However, since entering the room, I always feel a hot stare shining straight at me. You don't have to think about who it is. I just sat down and the ice broke. This is the total investment of the film. General Director of Snow Ni. She turned to the snow and said, General Director Chin, this is my best friend. Hear that? New Snowchild low voice. The tone is a little unpleasant. I've never heard you say you have such a friend before. Fan Bingbing raised his eyebrows laughing. Because you're not normal. Moreover, Vu does not live in the capital. So it's understandable that the general manager hasn't met. You're not normal. The snow emphasized every word with a cold smile. The atmosphere in the room immediately became tense. People are silent on their own. I filled a glass of wine. Stand up and look straight at the snow. General Manager Frequency, thank you for investing in the suns. The relationship between me and the ice is good. This glass of wine is a wish for a great movie success. I finished with my head up and drank a glass of brandy. But this action, it makes the ice and the frequency of the snow stood up. Frown, look at me. When the glass of wine is not empty, the Iceman quickly grabbed the glass of wine out of my hand. In everyone's surprised eyes, the bandits drank the rest of the wine. Then turn around and look at me laughing. What are you doing drinking like that? Don't try too hard. A familiar image came rushing through my mind. The first time I saw the ice was 3 years ago. At a party like this. That's when I started my career and the director. He made me drink a glass of wine. I hesitated. I couldn't find a reason to refuse. Hold a glass of wine to drink. I can't believe a white hand. He snatched the glass of wine out of my hand. Before I could react, Fan Bingbing drank a glass of wine, smiling at the director. Don't make it difficult for new people. The memory is gone when my eyes met the eyes of Chin Zayat child. Her face is black, smiling coldly and clapping slowly. The director and Mr. Sex is not normal. Even a glass of wine can be drunk. The ice just opened its mouth. I spoke up first. I've been flying for over 10 hours. Very tired, can't stay. We will have many opportunities to meet later. Everybody have fun. I'll pay for the party. I got up and decided to leave. I didn't even look at the snow once. The Iceman saw that and walked anxiously closer. Just ask if it's okay. I'll take you home. I shake my head. I don't need to get back on my own. Will you find your way back? Smiling ice criminal pulls my hand away. I've got work to do, by the way. She said hi to everyone in the room. Then lead me away. I can't believe we just got to the basement parking lot. The voice of the snow echoed behind me. Thank you for waiting. Both me and the ice at the same time. She's antisocial. Step in front of me. Smiling at the snow. General Director Chin, what else do you want to say to the dance? But it's too late. If anything is needed, maybe we can talk in the movie next day. The snow never heard what she said. She walked across the ice, grabbed my hand. Red eyes looking at me asking where you've been for the last 5 years. You know that year. General Manager Frequency, please be patient. I coldly interrupted her. Take your hand out and take a step back. The eyes of Chin Zi passed by, a look of wonder and pain. Her hoarse voice repeats General Manager Frequency. Please be patient. You've never called me that before. I didn't show any emotion. She replied, you've said it before. It's not like that anymore. If nothing happens, please don't get in my way. I need to rest. I saw that I was going to go. She was going to hurry up. The voice suddenly became weak. I don't want you to dance. I have a lot of questions. So much to tell you. This time before I could answer, the ice has come. Take the snowman out of me. The general manager is tired. Please don't bother him. If anything, we'll talk next time. We have to go back now. Fan Bingbing said pull me away. But the snow laughed back. His sharp eyes looked at us. You said you wanted to go home. You're in the center. That's right, we're in June. I don't know what happened to you in the dance. but now he's very tired and needs rest. Please don't bother anymore. End words. The ice doesn't let the snow have another chance. Quickly take me away. On the way home, we both sat quietly in the back seat. No one opens their mouth first, but I can feel the ice breaking. There's a lot to ask. So, I've told you the story between me and Snow White. The more I hear, the tighter her eyebrows get. I finally said quietly, she and I are not lovers. It's just that we've been on a road together. I turned my head and looked at Fanbing. But you were talking to Snowboy like that. Not afraid of her helping. The ice is now awake and laughing. Now the one who doesn't want to cooperate is me. If she withdraws, I'll make it up to her. I really laughed at that. But if she actually cashes out? You can't blame me. Fanbing laughed helplessly and twisted her hair. I don't blame you, I blame you now. Softer air, more comfortable. I thought that's how we've always interacted. Since we met 3 years ago. Naturally, not forced. Does not bring a heavy feeling. Fanbing arranged a place for me very carefully. Even carefully combed my feet for me. She just did it and said I'm upstairs. Call me if you have anything. This apartment has a maid who cleans it regularly. I just haven't combed the bed yet. I'll ask someone to come and arrange more tomorrow. When she finished combing the bed, she came back smiling. Let's do this for a while today. Look at the carefully prepared room. I smile and nod my head. Okay. Thanks to the great director who personally helped me make the bed. It's unspeakable. She laughed and shook her head. After you've arranged everything, the ice is ready to rest. Before she left, she asked me for a long time, but suddenly, she hugged me. My whole body is stiff, my hands are suspended in the air. Dare not respond. And she hugged me even tighter. My head resting on my chest, I said. Long time no see. Very fast, I'm back in the busy life of the film crew. Every day we focus on the script. The ice and I went home together. She cooks very well. In just a few days, I gained a few pounds. That night when I finished work, we were just joking about what to eat tonight. Ice laughed and asked me, you said you wanted to eat the sweet and sour ribs. Because you broke the ice. Can't you see how much fat I've gotten? We were laughing and we were surprised. The frequency of snow appears, blocking the two of us. She's been in the movie a lot lately. Every time we meet, we want to say something. I dodged her on purpose, so I didn't give her a chance. General Director Chin, if you're not sure about the progress and quality of the film, you can withdraw now. I will not punish you for breach of contract, the ice cold said. But the snow doesn't pay attention to her. She walked right up to me and bowed her head, and said it with self-deprecation. I'd like to invite you to dinner. I've got a lot to tell you. I know if she does, she'd keep harassing me. I sighed helplessly. He nodded and turned to the ice. You go back first. I'll talk to her. The ice is going to say something. But in the end just pursed lips, looking coldly at the snow. Waiting for you to come home for dinner. Finished talking, she takes a quick glance at Snowchild and walks away. When the shadow of the ice completely disappears, I went back to see the snow. Say anything. I don't think there's anything else to talk about here. In front of my cold frequency snow children wiggle lips, bitter smile. You lied to me clearly. You said you'd wait for me to talk. But when I came looking for you, you were gone. I interrupted her in a calm but distant voice. General Manager Frequency, it's over. I need to rest. Please don't bother. I quietly listened to the snow. Her voice trembled. I've been driving all day and all night. Go back to the small town to find you. But the translation says you didn't go there. A word do you know, that moment I was desperate. How much is it? Look at her miserable face. I don't feel a ripple in my heart. I'm even thinking about breaking the ice later. The ice will make a sweet and sour fried rib. Can I have it? I don't know, and I don't want to know. I love the snow. You have chosen Zheng. I will bless you. That's why I decided to leave. Speaking of which, I paused a little shrug. Moreover, there is no relationship between us. Dance. The snow screamed loudly, her red eyes almost wanting to cry. You said we had no relationship. You saved me. You're working 4 jobs day and night to feed me. You make me unforgettable. That's it now. You said it had nothing to do with you. Do you have a conscience? I laughed at that. If you look at her, that's not the question I should be asking you. Children's snow frequency. Do you have a conscience? You've forgotten what you said to me. She choked her mouth a few times before she could speak. Whether you believe it or not, I really know I was wrong. I had a dream. In that dream, you forced my father to marry me. By saving lives with grace. At first I was really happy. But then when I started doing business, I met Jan. The relationship between him and me has become more complicated. Make you misunderstand. I don't know when you and I have grown apart. Then I started treating you badly. And I ended up killing you. Then I regretted it to the point of going crazy. You suffered from severe depression and committed suicide. But when I opened my eyes, I came back 2 days before you left. So I'm doing my best to keep you. She hastily pulled out of her pocket a velvet box. Inside is the diamond ring. I used to throw it away, she said in haste. I was going to propose to you. I want to make up for the hurt I've done before. But you left without a word. I've been looking for you for 5 years. Listen to these words. My first reaction was the snow. Also came back to life. Think about here. I suddenly understood Ri at Sao the night before I left. She contacted me in such an unusual way. And at Sao, her attitude has changed so much. I took a cold, deep breath. But you're pregnant. As the child's mother, you're really going to arbitrarily change your father. Dance, I was wronged. The snow immediately interrupted. An urgent explanation. I'm not pregnant. I can swear with my life. It's just a lie. That young Zhang made up Ra to make you give up on me. Please believe me. Look at her expression. I know she's not lying. But I also know that in a previous life, she had a crush on young Zhang. This time to live again. She was able to stop that relationship in time. I suddenly felt as if fate was playing a trick. But what happened? From the moment I decided to leave, I wasn't going to turn around. I have no intention now either. Let the snow know that. I also came back to life. I'm smirking. Your story sounds good. But no matter what, we can't go back either. Children's snow frequency. Don't bother with my current peaceful life. I turned around to leave. But she suddenly laughed coldly. Then I asked, full of hope, you treat me so cold. Is it because of the ice? I stopped but didn't turn my head. Even if not for her, I'll always keep this cool with you. Because of the dance, that warm feeling has been lost by you. I just pushed the door into the house. I saw Fan Bingbing wearing an apron, busy in the kitchen. On the table she's got dinner. Hear the noise. She turns around smiling and washes her hands and eats. I know she's upset about that. So go to the kitchen and stand by the sink and slowly wash your hands. All that time the Iceman didn't even look at me. Just focus on your job. When I washed my hands, I stood silently watching her. She finally realized. He turned to me and said, "Come out. It smells like grease." You are angry at me. The sudden question stopped her. The cooking stopped for a long time. She finally spoke up. The voice is a little sad. "I am now. Do you have a right to be angry with him?" I looked at her and long fell down. Over the past 3 years, the image of Fan Bing, the ice in me, is always a happy person. Open up. When I was with her, I had a lot of unexpected fun. There's always been a bit of uncertainty between us. But at that time I wanted to study. I want to live my own life. And she's following her own path. So both of you implicitly understood without even mentioning it. Until this time, when the bandits actively invited me back to the capital to participate in Than's Sun and project. I hesitated. I'm worried that if this time things don't go as expected, we'll just be normal friends. But I finally got over my fear. Decided to be with her. So when she doesn't know, I take a step forward, hand lifting her face. Bend over and give a soft kiss. The Iceman, of course, has the right. I could feel her body trembling slightly. Then stiff. A long time later, she just let go of the kitchen sink and hugged me. She toes. From a gentle kiss to a deeper one. The ice is lower than me, so it's just a swivel. I easily carried her on the kitchen table. A hand she put on my chest. The other arm around my neck pulls me closer. The air in the kitchen was filled with confusion. Suffocated by hot mon. We're like two fish stranded on the shore. Panting, until I put her on the soft bed. Under the dim light, I can still see your eyes full of desire. Of her, I gently caressed my face like a treasure. Finally bowed and kissed the corners of her lips. She didn't answer. She just raised her neck. Actively put lips on my lips. That was the most obvious answer. The next morning, when I woke up, Fan Bing came in dressed in pajamas. The smile hasn't left her lips since she saw me. She sat down on the edge of the bed, bent over, and kissed me softly. Do you want to sleep or eat something? Let's do something. I'll return a kiss and get dressed. Put her hand out of the bedroom. On the table there's a reheated dinner. There's also sweet and sour ribs that I've been longing for. Feeling happy in that moment. It's inexpressible, in words. Since defining the relationship, the ice and I are no longer hiding. In the movie troupe, news we are in love quickly lan rai, including going to the children's snow ear. Who told me that everything they said was fake? She barged right into my break room when I'm editing the script. Her noise cut off her thinking. An unprovoked anger rises in my heart. I'll put the script down if you look at the snow. No one ever taught you to knock on the door. The snowman didn't answer, just silently looked at me. Eyes full of expectation. Hope I will deny the relationship between me and Fan Bingbing. That she can only hope for 7. I looked straight at her and said calmly, They don't say wrong. Me and the ice are really together. When did we get married? I'll notify the frequency manager. Remember to bring the welcome envelope. My lukewarm attitude made Snow Child completely out of control. She rushed in front of me. I gripped my shoulder, panicked and angry. You're still mad at me for what you did before, right? You're still deliberately against me. But Jiang and I really have nothing. Dance from beginning to end, the one I love, only you. I'll never forget that. This life is saved by you. The more impossible to forget. 5 years we lived together in a small district. We are the only ones in our lives. They can become strangers. Speaking of which, a hot tear fell down her cheek. Snow's gaze stopped on my neck, where the red marks are exactly the same as the old ones. Her pupils are contracting. She reached out her hand and tried to rub the red marks. But the more you scrub the redness, the more it gets. It doesn't disappear. Realize that. She slowly lowered her hands to her bewildered eyes. I can't take it anymore. Push her family to stand up to the snow. Since returning to the capital, you didn't let anyone talk about the past. It's ours. I heard you say to your friends. 5 years is the time. The most humiliating thing in your life. Then it's not just you, but also the people around. You keep reminding me that, if not for saving you, I won't have my life today. You've forgotten what you said. Why did you say I was an orphan? From the small district. Without you, I can't have this day in my whole life. It's not that. She wants to argue, but she doesn't know where to start. I took a deep breath, my voice a little tired. Without the generosity of their homes, I wouldn't have a life today. But don't forget I saved your life. We have forgiven each other. I don't want to write off the debt. New Snow Child screamed, tears falling endlessly. She came over to take my hand. I quickly took a step back. Coldly said, don't get close. I know the dream you're talking about. It's because you've come back to life. Because I heard that too. She was stunned. Eyes full of unbelief look at me. It's because of what I went through in my previous life. The terrible memories about his death still appear in dreams. I can't forget what happened. God gave me a chance to live again. And I don't want to go on, trapped in that meaningless love again. Now I live very well, very happy. I want to protect this happiness. And we don't want AI to destroy it. So, I never told you I was alive again. I looked straight at her. A calm but decisive voice. Now you know why I left you. I hope you will respect my decision. Don't bother me anymore. The snow was silent and said nothing more. Finally turned away. I thought maybe we wouldn't see each other again. But did not expect. I got the news that night that she killed herself. I heard when the doctor came. Her body was cold, lying in the bath. His wrist was cut so deep that it exposed his bones. She was clearly determined to die. I was lucky to be discovered in time. Save lives. Fan Bing asked me if I wanted to visit her. I was silent for a moment and laughed. Ask the director how generous he is. Then I'll go back to the snow. There are 2 lovers. I'm kidding. I heard that. The Iceman laughed against my chest. Answer. I'm not that generous. The following summer, I and Fan Bingbing got married. She is thoughtful. I invited all the people who had taken care of me back home to attend. Because she said she wanted it all. Everyone who knows us has seen it. This happiness. Someone used my painful past to hurt me. Deep, but there are also people like Fan Bingbing Love and respect me because of what I've been through. Love me all my life. I don't know what a perfect ending is, but I feel now is the best. When the wedding is about to begin, I'm sitting in the break room feeling a little nervous. Sometimes I tweak my vest or stroke my hair. At that moment, the phone on the table rang. I picked it up, and it was a strange number. I didn't think much. I pressed the button. There's a long silence on the other end. I was going to hang up, thinking it was a disturbing call. Then a hoarse but familiar voice boomed out. I heard you got married today. Listen to my confirmation answer. She was silent for a moment, and laughed sadly. I always thought you were going to marry me. It will be me. I was actually married to you. But I don't know how to appreciate. I deserve to lose you. You said you didn't want to see me again. So, even though I wanted to kill myself to keep you, that doesn't work either. This is the first time she's been so patient with me. I sighed in response to Snowchild when I was kind to you. I almost lost my life. So even if you hate me, I don't feel guilty. She laughed softly in a low voice, I know. So even if you're not satisfied, I choose to bless you. At least the ice. Ice is the one who can make you happy. It's just a shame. I can't see you walking into happiness. From now on, I'm going to travel the world. Everywhere I go, I'll pray for your peace and joy. If one day, you don't get my blessing anymore, maybe I've died somewhere far away. Her voice exuded a sense of calm. I never have, but if I'm not with you, to die in a foreign land is the best rest. Finally, she said, I'm sorry, and I love you. The memory pulled me back. 5 years ago, I saved the snow for the first time. That little girl was wearing a pure white dress. Sitting next to me, they both watched the golden sunset fall. The snow suddenly turned to look at me. I want to watch the sunset with you all my life. The music of the wedding brought me back to reality. I hung up, put the phone down on the table and walked out of the room, towards a new life.